Generic greetings and welcome to Construction Plus Prison Architect Alpha 30. Once again, this is episode 2. In the previous episode, we planned out this. It's our proposed idea for this month's prison. Now, there's been a lot of feedback and a lot of comments, and honestly, almost none of it points to any changes. Nobody said, oh, this is stupid, this is what we think should change. There's been almost none of it. In fact, the only suggested changes was to make the exports a little bit bigger, or move the deliveries, or maybe move the offices over this side, that sort of thing. No real, this is a big, mistake sort of thing. We should probably shift it. And that means a couple of things. Either I haven't seen it, and there was all of them comments. There actually genuinely wasn't any of them, and nobody really watched this video in the first place, and nobody cared to comment. Or, the design's alright. I am going to have to rest on that bit, because I have no idea about the other two. So, I am going to unpause the game. I am going to go to our materials, and then to fence, and then fence off the entire prison, and we're going to start construction. So, we do have a couple of grants. As you can see, we've got the Basic Detention Centre and the Administration Centre. Those should be quite easy to make, and we should get most of that done. Or we'll get the Administration Centre done straight away, pretty much. In fact, let's actually go to our building brick. We are going to use brick, not concrete, like we did in the last series. And we'll put that in there. And then we will shove one unit of door on the... actually, ooh, that's wrong, That's wrong. We have to cancel that. We don't want all of that building like that, because part of that's going to be our kennel. We'll build up to there. That'll do us quite nicely. There we go, because that's going to be kennel there. Right, yes, so we will put all of this in, and that'll give us our Basic Detention Centre grant, and that should sort us right out. I hope that door's gone in the right way. It doesn't look like it has. It's actually a standard door, not a staff door as well, so I'll change it in a moment. I'm just putting it there for it to crack on. But yes, this episode will be... building. We won't get any prisoners. We won't get any prisoners at all in this episode. We'll have to wait for possibly the next one, or maybe even the one after that. But the idea is just to get a couple of the grants done and get prisoners in when we can. Now, the thing is, as I mentioned in the last episode, one of the changes with Alpha 30 is that it makes the intake different. So you can actually wait to see how many prisoners you've got. Currently, we've got 2 MinSec available, 6 MidSec, or MedSec, medium security. This is going to be a medium security prison. I did mention that in the last episode. Nobody really mentioned that we should change it to something else, so yeah, we're going to keep it as is. I do want to hire some more workmen, but I'm aware that obviously I'll end up buying too many and such, and then we'll have to undo it. I'm going to hire 2 more workmen. There we go, just to crack on with that. Oh, I've actually hired 11 because right-click is not drop the tool. That'll do. Doesn't really matter. Here we go. As you can see, they pulled out the hammer and the screwdriver, and they're just putting some massive steel foundations in, because that's how these things work. Yeah, there's a door there. We need to change that door. In fact, what we will do, we'll wait for this building to complete, and then I will actually dismantle said door. So, Basic Detention Centre, then Administration Centre. Need to get the Admin Centre done first, because then we can get the Accountant and we can get the Warden, which means we can then do Bureaucracy, which means we can get more grants and, faster, more money. And for some reason, the workmen have decided that they just don't want to put that crucial beam in, which will actually build the rest of this building. Thank you very much for that. They are, however, finishing this off. There we go, that is now done. And they're now going to put that little bit in, and that should be it all sorted. That building should complete itself. There we go, and that is done. We're just going to dismantle that door at that side. We're going to go to our objects, and then staff door, we're going to just spin it round, although for some reason it will not rotate. We will now put it in there. It won't rotate with the mouse for some reason. And we'll rotate and put these in here, like so, preemptively putting all the doors in, because we can. And now we'll go to materials, brick wall, and then we'll run some brick walls in like so. This is going to be the psychologist's office. We will build that at some point. One thing I've just realized, that I will actually be bricking some of the workmen in, so I will have to resolve that issue by putting some doors on it, and I think we will put on some standard doors, probably there and there. Alright, there's that sorted. And we'll just close that off. Right, okay. So there's all of that put in. We just need to go to rooms and then to office. And we will select that as an office. Select that as... Oh, no. We won't put that as an office. What we'll do, we will hire our warden first. There we go. And then we will put in all of the office stuff. So we'll put a desk there, then some filing cabinets behind it, and big raw filing cabinets. How much are they? They're only 30, so you know, just for the sake of looks, they go in there. We'll put a chair in front, a chair in the back. And that'll be his office completed. We'll just go to foundations and brick while we're here, and then go over to this side, and then clicky, clicky, draggy, draggy. We're actually going to put this building in. So this is going to be a bit of a ropey one, because it is that size. There we go. Bit of a weird shape, isn't it? But it's in nonetheless, that's fine. Go to our objects once more, and then we need to put doors in. And we're going to use a standard door for this area. I'm going to change it from what it is now, because I want this to have... I guess these are going to be staff doors. That'll be a staff door, and that'll be a staff door. Yes, I want to change it so that is a standard normal opening door, because this is where visitors will be going in and out. Although, to be fair... I might as well dismantle that, because we are going to have automatic door openers, so there's no real problem with me putting an automatic door opener there, so that's fine. There we go. Okay. This building, the reason I've done this building first is because I can go to materials and then to our brick wall and brick this up like so, and then put the brick walls in here, and then that will allow me to go to utilities and to the water pump, put the water pump in the back there, then go to our power station, put the power station in, and then we'll put a big row of capacitors down the bottom, and that'll give us power, which we can then run down the entire, or around the entire facility, which is going to go straight across like so, which should pretty much power everything we need. I think that should do it, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, water will need to do that as well. Water will only really need to go in the centre, though, because no water around here, no water around there, just power, as far as I can tell. Only water needs to go in the centre, so that was a lucky design. I was going to say good design, but I do mean lucky. Right, I'm going to go to our rooms and then to... probably the deliveries. I'm going to get rid of all of this stuff here. We're going to change that to deliveries. We're going to change that to garbage. The bottom one of garbage. There used to be a bit of a bug where if you had garbage, deliveries above garbage or garbage above deliveries, one of the two, it would really mess it up. So I generally just I have to think about it a little bit. But that was a bug that hasn't been in the game for a long time. So, you know, but I still think, oh, actually, that's a bit ropey. That used to be a wall there. I don't think I'm going to put a wall there. We're not going to put a road gate or anything like that. I will go to my rooms and then shove ourselves a storage in there. It means it can move it all in. That's fantastic. So, looks like we do have a warden office now, which is fantastic. We can then go to the warden, the bureaucracy, and open our finance section, which is good. And obviously we want maintenance and education and all of this sort of stuff. We can pull all of that in later on. Right, so we'll just go back to rooms and then to office. Again, we're trying to do this ground here, which is the administration center. And I guess we'll put in... this is the preemptive office that I'm building for the accountant. And I guess we'll rotate that like so. I like the idea of it being sort of a bit secretarial. And put that at the back there. A couple of filing cabinets at the back all the way down the bottom. Yeah, it's a little bit of expenditure, but that's fine. I don't know if I'm going to be putting the... sometimes I say, yes, I'm definitely going to be putting in the flooring. Don't know if we're going to be putting in the flooring yet. We might leave that to the end. We will see. I will now go to our staff and then accountant. Oh, I can't because account is not yet researched, although it's getting done by the warden. So we're close to that. We've got a little bit more money there. Obviously, administration centre, $5 grand for completing that. All we need to do is hire an accountant in a moment, and then we'll have that done. And then it means we can do other things, so we can get the detention centre open, things like that. We need to build a yard, so we might as well get on with that, and that's going to be fairly easy. So we'll go to our... yard, if I can find it. Yard is there, and then that is a fairly big yard. There we go. And then this down the bottom, fairly big yard. And then obviously that's going to shout at us because it is no longer a legal. It's going to say, well, hang on, you've got a bit of a problem here. Your prison is not secure. It is correct, it is not, but that's what I'm going to do now. There we go. So this is going to be our, what would you call it? Our that's going to be security, and that's going to be our... put a security door there. Do I want to put a security door? I might put a remote door there. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. Either way, we can put a jail door there on that side. That's going to be our security area. We have cameras and door openers. That's going to be a full-on... armory. Yeah, I think there's an armory. And then we've got teaching, library, that sort of thing over there. They're all in different areas. It's hard to actually remember exactly what we've got all planned out. Right. So, yard is now completed because it's now behind a door. That's good. We can go to our staff and then to an accountant. Hire one accountant. There we go. There's one of the grants done, and I've hired another accountant because right-click. Is that because I forgot that right-click is not drop the tool, which I think it should be. Right-click should drop. If you're in one of these tabs, right-click should close the tab. Because it means if you right-click, you accidentally place another bloody accountant. Anyway. My fault, I guess. So, we can now get another grant, but before that, we're going to go bureaucracy. We're going to go for extra grant. Obviously, we want to get that done sorted. And then we'll go for probably a tax relief. I think the warden can unlock maintenance. And then we'll go for security and education. There's a lot of things we need to do, so we'll unlock all of them. Go to reports and then to grants, because we can get that up. Health and well-being is quite easy to do. Education reform is a long-term one. We could put a short-term investment in the queue, which I think we'll get a health and well-being. And once we get the extra grant, we'll sort the other one out. So medical ward and psychologist office, which is over there. So we'll get on with that after I go to foundation, building brick, and place a lot of brick. And it is going to be that. That's one big building. There we go. So they can crack on with that, and we'll put some doors in. So we'll put the doors for large jail door. Actually, we don't need a large jail door. We just need a staff door in there, and that will generate that building. That's the biggest building, one of the biggest buildings we've made. I did build a prison at one point, which was just one huge building, one massive slab of concrete. And I think others have done that as well. I know Flabaliki has done a couple of prisons, or one of his prisons was just like, I heard you like concrete. Wham! There you go. There's been a couple of other people that have done it as well. I don't think I've seen a fully indoor prison. I've done a couple myself, but like the yard, I think, was outside, but it was pretty much one big slab of concrete. But I didn't build it all in one go. I built it in sections, and actually built it like sort of one clump at a time. So that bit, then this chunk, then this chunk, then this chunk. I didn't just go clicky, clicky, draggy, draggy, build that, see you later, because I'd probably run out of money. Anyway, I think we can do another grant. Yes, we can. So I'm going to go for a bit of a short-term investment there, because it's only a couple of days you wait, and then you get 16 grand. So I might as well do that. As you can see, got a lot of grants here. That's fine. We've got some completed, more hidden. That's a lot of them done there. I don't know if the grants have been expanded. I know that the grants have become more useful now, because you don't really, because of the way you get prisoners, you don't rely on the prisoners coming in and the money for that. You rely on the grants, which is how it should be. The grants are there for you to build your prison, but also there for you to good grief, that's a lot of lights we're going to be placing here. Also for you to we don't need, do we need that there? Yes, we do. Also for you to no, it serves as a tutorial. So yeah, that's what they're there for. I'm just putting in the slabs of stone either side of the doorways, because obviously we're going to have metal detectors. A lot of metal detectors, actually. That was one of the comments that someone mentioned, that we've got too many metal detectors. I actually agree with you. We've probably got too many metal detectors. Either way, we will put up with them. You know, more is fine. We can handle too many. It's just too little where we have the problem. Now, there is only one way into this prison, right? That there. You have to go through that, right? And you cannot bypass whatever is in this row, because you will go through the storage. Oh, you're in a dead end. You can't go through here. Oh wait, you'll be in a dead end, because that goes straight across there when I've actually done it. So you will have to go through here, and we'll have a metal detector in there. So we shouldn't really have any bother on that at all. Okay, so as you can see, detention center, we need showers, we need kitchens, we need canteens, we need all of that sort of thing. But what I'm going to do is run some of this electrical cable. So we'll run it up, and then in, right down the center of the down the center of this thing into there, and then we'll do the same thing with a large pipe. So we'll run the large pipe right up to there, and then straight across into about there, I think. Yeah, that should do us quite nicely, and then that should power pretty much everything we run this through. That should be fine. 14,769 generic units of currency, so that's something that we really have to be a bit wary about, because we're running out of money. What I'll do then, I'll finish the health and well-being grant, because it's very, very easy to do. I'll just go to my bureaucracy, and I'll start unlocking our psychology and then health, because that's very, very cheap. It's only £1,000, and then by the time we've put the other officers and stuff in here, it'll be pretty much done. We don't get a massive amount of money for this, but we get enough. So I'll just go to rooms and then to office. We'll put that as an office there because obviously that'll be our psychologist office. And then I'll actually furnish it because we don't have any of the others unlocked. As you can see, we don't have where is it? There's the morgue and there's the infirmary. Obviously, we can't do that yet, so we'll get on that later. So we'll have a desk around the back here, like so, and I guess we'll put a couple of filing cabinets in. I like the idea of some filing cabinets right at the back there. We don't really want a chair behind the desk, or do I? Actually, yes, I do. So I'll move the desk a little bit further up. Actually, we'll rotate it around. There we go. And put the chair in like so, and we'll put them either side, and put a sofa in. I like the idea of having sofas in this place. I don't even know if you need them, but we're putting them in anyway. Right, there's that sorted. I know a little bit of extra expenditure we didn't need. Right, okay, first things first. Actually, before anything else now, I just realised that we've blocked everybody in. What I did was I've bricked the entire area up here, so I need to just open it up with some doors. There we go. This building here, I still haven't got any use for it, although someone suggested a holding cell, and I think that's one of the best ideas. I think it's one of the best ideas actually that we can that we've had for this area, because it didn't have originally it was a bit of a security area, but if we put the holding cell there, it means that all of our prisoners are definitely in the centre. They don't go anywhere else, so that's good. This was going to be originally our holding cell, but I don't really like that idea. What I'm going to do instead is probably shift this common room over to this side and have a security area, or rather we could even do protective custody. That's something we haven't got. We haven't got a protective custody area. Always forget about them ones, but no one suggested either, so I don't know if we'll need it or not. We're going to do it, like I say, it's about reform, so we're only going to have medium risk prisoners. I don't know if we'll have any. We're not going to have any high risk. I've decided that for the time being, certainly when we first start this, we're not going to have any high risk prisoners at all. So we'll see how it goes, but for the time being, like I said, we'll go for medium risk prisoners. So what I'm doing now, just putting a couple of cells in, and then that will allow us to get some of these grants done. We need holding cells, things like that, so let's get on with that. Actually, we've got 9 grand left, so I think it's about time we go over here. Has he not yet? Oh, he's still unlocking health. He's still progressing through that nicely. Psychology is approved. Health will be improved in a couple of seconds, so I might as well wait. I need to go to materials and actually put that wall in. There we go. And then we might as well put in a staff door. Yeah, we'll put a staff door in there. And then we will go back to our rooms, into the infirmary, and have that as the infirmary. Have that bit at the back as an morgue. And then go to objects. Morgue slab we need 1 unit of. There we go. And then we need the medical bed, 1 unit of. That's that done. And then we need, well, that'll be the medical ward done. Then we need to hire a couple of people, and then boom, we'll just fire them straight away, to be honest with you, because we're not going to have the need for them. There is actually a ratio where firing them too early actually it makes it more expensive than just keeping them, depending on how much they stay. Because obviously everything costs a certain amount of money per day. So sometimes it is best keeping them, but I don't think it'll be right in this case, because we're not going to. It's going to be at least 3 or 4 days before we get prisoners, so there's no real point. Right, so I need at least 2 doctors and 1 psychologist, so I just need to go to psychologist. There we go. There's that grant done, doctor 1 and 2, and there's that grant completed. I'm going to sack one of the doctors. Do I want to sack our psychologist? Let's just see how much money they cost. He's 200 per day, and the doctor is 100 per day. So actually, the doctor, it's worth keeping them, because that would require me to have if I sacked him and had to rehire him, it's 10 grand, right? But if I just kept him, it only really pays off over the 10 days. So we'll have prisoners before 10 days are up, so we'll need to get one before then, so that's fine, we'll keep that. The psychologist is a grand, and again, it's going to be 5 days until that'll be worth it, so it's neither here nor there, because I think we will probably end up, we'll probably end up keeping them. I didn't really want 2 doctors in the first place, so there's no point in that. But that's about right what we've got now. Okay, so let's have a quick look at more grants. We've got staff wellbeing initiative. We could easily have that. We could do a education reform. I think we'll do a staff wellbeing. We'll go for that. Originally, psychologist office. That was going to be our kennel. We need that as the staff room. That is the staff room. That is the security chief's office, because that one there, that is going to be our. That's going to be our Foreman up there. That's the workshop. That was something I can't remember what it was. I think that might have been library. Then one of them, that was our teaching, that was our churchy type area, and then that was parole. It was something like that anyway. As long as we get the buildings in, then that's all that really matters. This was definitely our visitation. I just need to go to utilities. Actually, I just realised that that is not plumbed in, and we probably need to put a couple more capacitors in because I'm about to buy a lot of stoves and things like that for the kitchen. So I just need to go to our staff door. Or actually, do we want to just do doors? We'll just put... Nah, this is risky, this one, because this is the kitchen. Kitchen's going to have staff working there. Like I say, it's about reform. That's the whole point in this prison, about reform, getting prisoners in, reforming them, getting them out, right? So I do want them to work in the kitchen, which means I don't want staff doors, I want normal doors, but I haven't extended it so I can put in metal detectors. So there's going to be a lot of things stolen from this prison, or from that... well, yeah, in the prison in general. But obviously the metal detectors we have around here should resolve that issue. Because if they're going to come from here, they have to go back to their cells eventually. So we won't have really any problems with that. Right, okay. So we'll go to rooms and then to our canteen. And obviously we have 2 canteens. So we might as well put these in. There we go. So canteen there and there and there and there. People have said that this could be a bit of a problem. But there's no one saying that's definitely not going to work. So we'll just give it a go and we'll see what happens. Right, so we'll just go to objects and then to serving tables. Spin these right round. And then we'll put one in there, one in there. And there's obviously a bit of a gap either side of it, which is where I'm going to put a bin because I can. Or I could put a phone. Do I want to put a phone there? There's no room for a phone anywhere else, so I might put one phone in there. There we go. Might end up changing that, but we'll see. Obviously we need some cookers, so we'll put some cookers in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. A bit too many. 1, 2, 2 fridges for now. Don't really want any more than that because we're running out of money here. Sinks, we do need sinks, so probably put them the back like so. Okay, and then we need to just plumb them in, so I'll run some water pipes down like so, and that'll actually plumb everything in. So that'll be our kitchen. Okay, so we need a shower, holding cell, and a couple of guards. Canteens are obviously not... Yeah, they're saying that they're not a legitimate room, and they're actually right. And... Ah, yes. I have messed up the size of the canteen. Nobody mentioned that as far as I remember. Okay, so we'll have to go to objects and clicky, clicky, draggy, draggy, get rid of that. And it's actually a 4x3, isn't it? So, this is going to be problematic. These canteens are a lot smaller than I originally thought. Okay. I don't think that's a huge problem. Okay, it might be a huge problem. Could easily fit them in. Not there though, because that's where the entrance is, so it would have to be that. That's 4 in a weird shape. If we do it like that, they all fit in. In fact, if I do that, we can get some phone booths right at the back. Okay, that makes more sense to me. So, tables. Yep, there and there. And then benches. That bench is in the wrong place. And that'll be one canteen done. Yep, there we go. That seems about right. I might as well finish them off over this side, because it's only a little bit of money. So, there and there. Then these ones back in. Alright. And then tables. All sorted. And then at this side, we can put our phone booths. Fantastic. I've just realised that what will probably happen eventually is that if prisoners need to go to the other canteen, they're just going to walk through the kitchen because of the... because they're allowed to, basically. If they need to get from one canteen to the other, they can just walk straight through the kitchen because, well, they're allowed to. So, I've put these doors in here. So they have to walk through there, but then that's going to cause a problem because there's no metal detector around here, which means they can then come out and go out there, and then they can have loads of stolen stuff. So I will have a major problem with contraband. Okay, let us just go to holding cell. We'll make that a holding cell. And jail door on that. And then I think we will bench it up. Bench either side. It needs a toilet actually, so don't know where I can put a toilet. Let me get rid of these benches. Toilet like that. Either side. And then we want a door there and door there because I want to door this thing off. This holding cell in the centre is actually becoming a bit more annoying than I originally thought. And then we'll have to put a bench in, which can go there. Okay, that sort of works out for a holding cell. It's not great, but it will do. No metal detectors, though. Although we could put them there. Yes, we'll put them there. That'll work out fine. Okay, that's not bad. That'll do the job nicely. Okay, let's plumb them in. 4,857 generic units of currency. Actually receiving 140 a day. Don't know how we're doing that, but that's all good. Going to fire a couple of workmen now. We don't need all of these workmen. So we've got 10 workmen there. I'll go back down to 10. Right, I think we'll leave it there because we've done a lot of building, and I do want to crack on with some other things. So next episode we will build some more cells, and then we will might even get prisoners, actually. We might even get prisoners next episode, but we'll see how it goes, won't we? As always, comments in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.